one per family. They are treats from our clients. Side note, if you're flying back home, you should put this in your checked luggage, and if you don't have a checked luggage, be prepared to eat a lot of sugar. As in every year, employees got promoted. So people went from an analyst to a senior analyst position. We have Nicolas, Romain, Simon, Jashan, and Danny. Moving to a senior analyst position to a project manager are Mark and Dennis. Regarding LIDD's donation to a charitable organization, as you know, we usually ask for suggestion and vote. This year, LIDD made an executive decision that we believe everybody will agree with, and LIDD will be donating $5,000 to the Montreal Institute of Cardiology in honor of our dear friend Patrick Neely. In exactly 1 week, LIDD will have incorporated 10 years ago. Like Obama, it feels like this period added a lot of white to my hair and beard. But unlike Obama, I'm still not getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to give a speech about my experience. Mainly because that would not be very interesting. So I'm glad to have you here tonight. Anyway, from my point of view, the possibility of starting a consulting firm began when Charles and some other guy thought that I was going to be able to contribute to the endeavor. I remember having dinner at l'Académie with my beloved wife Geneviève, cluelessly telling her that I had an opportunity to become my own boss. So we discussed the compromises that would have to be made, and as cluelessly as myself, she said, yeah, sure, do it. She has made every single compromise that you can think of since. And I know for a fact that this holds true for Kristen. So we bought 3 computers, 3 cell phones, and found an office about a mile west of where we are today. We were lucky to find something that we could commit to on a monthly basis, since that building was going to be converted into condos. This resulted in having way more square footage than required for 3 bodies. More on that later. So we started to operate on January 19, 2010. And after being a director for a year at COM, that's when I was promoted to CAO, also known as Chief Analysis Officer. That meant I was crunching numbers until my mid-30s, and that's my sacrifice to all of you. It took a few additional employees, most of them with a name that starts with a J, before I could move on to other tasks. Therefore, the first year at LIDD involved some work, but a lot of soccer playing, trying not to hit the sprinkler heads. But then at some point, the soccer had to stop when we realized that we still had neighbors, and they were kind of tired to hear soccer balls hitting the wall. Random stats of the day. Of the active employees, 20% have been hired in the first 5 years, 80% have been hired in the last 5. And actually, half of you have been with us for less than 2 years. The most 2 senior employees are our loyal designers, Steve and Joe, with 7 and 6 years. Pressure's on, Rebecca. The next big step in LIDD history was Jean-Martin Gabriel joining the ranks. Besides a highly recognizable laugh, Jean-Martin brought a skill set and developed an amazing team that contributed massively to LIDD's growth. As for Gabrielle, she set up an entire department and made us realize that we had responsibilities. And we're guys, this company would be like a zoo without a zookeeper. This was closely followed by the creation of LIDD Toronto Brokerage, led by Jesse, which became LIDD's second office. Here too, this initiative made us much stronger. Along the way, we reacquainted with the best from our previous lives, having Steve, Adelaida, and Herman join the team. And while this was happening, we developed true friendships with Mark and Nate from CMC being our BFFs, even though they have a much stronger hockey team. As for hockey in Toronto, Jesse, I won't say anything. The team in itself is a joke. We also ended up with 3 office dogs, which, if I had to guess, makes us the most dog-friendly company after those that actually sell animal-related products. Along the way, there were some scary events, like the time when the mailman decided that we didn't exist anymore as we were the last tenant in the building, which meant that a $40,000 check never reached us, and LIDD almost went bankrupt. Fortunately, there were some big wins, like the first AGLC project we won through public tendering, again at a time when LIDD was on the verge of bankruptcy. And then there were scary events that turned into big wins. A notable one being the collapse of Chef, which enabled the scaling of the LA office. Sean, Perry, and Dennis joining.
What about Ben?
Yeah, what is Ben now?
Oh, Sean, no, not Sean, sorry, with Ben, thank you, with Ben, Perry, and Dennis joining Sean and Danny. A note on Danny, I wouldn't say the only reason, but the main reason we hired Danny was because he had a green card. Because let's all agree that everything else about Danny is quite questionable. The Chef fiasco opened the door to Korea, where we met Harris. This is expanding LIDD's presence into new horizons, and great things are already happening. And I'm not talking about some individuals' karaoke skills. Obviously, many other events mark the history at LIDD. I'm sure you'll be sharing them tonight. Fun fact, while I will not disclose the budget for tonight's event, I can say that the budget for the first LIDD Christmas party was less than Chashan's travel budget. And he came by train. Between that first Christmas party and tonight were 8 others. Every single one of them included feats of strength competition, which surprisingly haven't got us kicked out of anywhere yet. Let's keep it going. There was also this one time where Jeff led the group to a nightclub that checked if we carried weapons. Good job, Jeff. That's my kind of place. As I was preparing this speech, I browsed my first LIDD email and found a presentation that we made to the Development Bank of Canada to get financing. The number we were showing as a year 10 revenue is a number that we've achieved 4 years ago. Which brings me to this. I believe that how we were able to beat even our best case scenario lies in the single most important thing that makes LIDD what it is. As individuals, you are stellar, but it is the chemistry and the unity of this group that impresses me, the willingness to work together, and everyone's desire to see their colleagues succeed. You guys are a fun, no drama, get shit done kind of team, and that's awesome. Enjoy the night.